It says they were staying at Site 1, waterfront. Oh, how nice. They got a waterfront view from 9/6/2021 to 9/8/2021. And as you can see, the person who signed is Roberta Laundrie. That would be Brian Laundrie's mom. So over here, this is Daniela Hurtado. I believe I'm pronouncing her name correct. And she is reposting the document the Pinellas County Communications Office sent her with redactions. They confirm Roberta Laundrie, Brian Laundrie's mother, in fact did check in to Site 001 at Fort DeSoto Park on 9/6, and they checked out on 9/8. It does not say who else was with her. So that's important to note. Um, let's watch this real quick. It says, same person, Daniela Hurtado, no law enforcement and no dog the bounty hunter outside of the camping area here at Fort DeSoto. Important to note, Pinellas County Sheriff's Office confirms this morning that they are not conducting an investigation at Fort DeSoto Park in connection to Laundrie search. So let's watch this a while. Negative. The documents only show a check in Mrs. Laundrie to the Fort DeSoto site on September 6th and check out on September 8th. I got campground check-in public records for 9/1/21 through 9/8/21. No mention of Roberta, Chris, Brian, or Laundries in documents. All right. So let's check out this area. I have it pulled up already for us on Google Earth. So this is the campground right here. We're gonna go in, zoom in here a little bit. Let's place my little guy down here and check this place out. Well, it seems like a very nice campground. You definitely have your privacy in each of these locations. So I'm assuming like when they say waterfront, it would look something like this. I'm going to try to see if there's any way, like looking at their website to see if there's any way to find the actual site that they were staying at specifically on here. Let me check that out real quick. Let me see. If I lives out in Florida, I'd take the boat high power lens and buzz the islands. Dog said, proving they went twice to the campground. 3 went in, 2 went out. Exactly. And this is so suspicious. Like, I don't understand why in the past, like I understand why they're searching the area that they're searching right now is most likely for evidence and not specifically Brian, because they really need more evidence. They need as much evidence as they can um, to confirm who the one who committed this crime is, right? But the thing I really don't understand is As soon as that interview came out, and I'll play the interview for you guys. As soon as the interview came out with the neighbors that live across the street, I don't understand why the FBI and the police did not jump on that and have, that county. Let me see. Let me find. She has it written in here. Hold on. Let me see what the name of the county is. Pinellas County. I don't understand why they didn't have them helping out with the search. Because it sounds like that's a very hot spot. That's a very hot spot. The first thing, even the reporter, when she was like, when they were telling her this information, she was surprised and she was like, do the police know? Because it's just like mind blowing that they wouldn't be out there looking and getting more information. And I put this in one of my videos a couple of days ago that this is a very big hotspot. Like this is like should be the beginning of the search right here as well. Like I really didn't understand that, and there would be a lot of witnesses in that area. So if anybody was camping in that area during that time, please, any information, no matter how small it is, turn it into the FBI or call the local law enforcement and let them know what you might have seen. Um, and I'll post, all of that information in the description box, where you can get a hold of the FBI, send in photographs or any kind of documents you may have. But that was just entirely nuts to me that they weren't already having men on the ground searching that area, finding more tips, because those tips, he might not be specifically in that area anymore, but at least maybe someone has witnessed the direction he went to. Like he's been, this is all speculation at this point right here, but he's been going live stream for a few seconds on Instagram or whatever. And then all, where he's on a boat in the middle of the water. It's kind of like, you know, he's playing games or somebody's hacking his account or something, but they did do a search of the campground last night. The sheriff had the helicopter up searching with infrared and such. I watched the flight pattern live. They were scoping for heat signatures. Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that. But what I'm talking about is like, it's been a few days now. Like, and I know that the FBI and the police have already had this interview with the neighbors across the street prior to our knowledge. So I was just surprised that, over a week ago, they weren't already searching that area, because that shouldn't have been news to them. The neighbor said that they already spoke with police and gave them that information well prior to speaking with the news. He shared all social media with his mom. Yeah, it sounds like he's a little mama's boy. And like father, like son, his father's in his house hiding, and so is Brian. It's crazy. I don't like, regardless of innocence or guilty, from a moral perspective, like that family is, I wouldn't want anything to do with that family. There's no loyalty, there's no love, there's no nothing. Like, how can someone that you have opened your home to, someone, eh, how could you do that? And, if I could find it, in Florida recently, there was a mother, and I'll look for it. I can't remember exactly the name and everything, but it was like a day or two ago. A mother had reported her son who murdered someone. He killed someone, and she was the one who called the police on him. That's what a mother is supposed to do. Not this nonsense, hiding and helping, whatever the situation is. It's like no respect at all. So let me try and pull that up real quick. Okay, so this is the video that I'm going to be putting up, is the actual interview that the news reporter had with the couple that lives across the street from the Laundrie family. Let me put it on here real quick. Give me a second. Should be considered breaking news. Why this is not considered breaking news is beyond me. The neighbors of the Laundrie family. Hey, you guys, can you let me know if you can hear the sound? Across the street from them is saying that he saw them buy a new camper that goes on the back of his truck, much like the one that you're seeing right in front of you. So far, I'm not hearing it. Let me see if I refresh this page. If that helps. Should be considered breaking news. Why this is not considered breaking news I'm still not hearing is beyond me. The neighbors of the Laundrie family who lives right across the street. Give me a second, you guys. Let me see if I saw them. What's going on? Buy a new camper that goes on the back of his truck, much like the one that you're seeing right in front of you. Let me see if this will work like this now. Not sure what's going on. Yeah, I'm still not hearing it.
With Brian's parents, and they join me now. Charlene William, thank you very much for being here. I know you moved there at the beginning of the summer, but you're literally across the street. What did you observe when Brian returned from the trip and you saw that white van that had belonged to Gabby in the driveway?
Didn't know it was Gabby. We just assumed it was his van. We just thought they had come back from wherever. We didn't know they were on a trip. We just assumed they were went back to their house or wherever they had gotten a house, wherever they were. We didn't know much about them at all. Nothing at all, actually. And they just came back home. We thought she was in the house with the parents or mother or whatever, and that was pretty much it. I mean,
so after that, the FBI came and took that van away. You saw Brian and his dad working on one of their campers in the driveway. Charlene, can you tell me about that?
I actually didn't. My husband saw that. I didn't really witness.
Okay, so William, what did you see in the driveway?
Yeah, well, I was doing some work in the front yard, and I noticed that they got a new camper for the back of the pickup, and I didn't think anything unusual. They got a new camper, so they wanted to put their own touch inside of it. I saw them doing some work. Then when they prepared for their trip, I saw them loading the camper.
Now you're talking about Brian and his parents after he returned home. Is that correct? In a different camper?
Yes. The van is his. His father has a pickup truck, which they purchased a in-bed camper.
Like an attachment camper. And then you say that they packed up that camper, Brian and his mom and dad, and they went camping. Do you know that for sure?
We saw them. I saw them loading it up, and so I assumed they were preparing for a camping trip with their new camper.
They were going for the weekend.
Yes. So how long after he got back, alone in that white van? How long after that was this, when you saw them working on this other camper and getting ready to go away together?
Yeah, I can't remember, the dates.
Week and a half.
Yeah, probably week and a half. I agree with that.
So did the police ever talk to you about what you saw, the parents and Brian working on this new camper and then leaving for a few days? Did they ask you about that?
I believe that we did give them that information.
We did tell them that they had gone on a camping trip for 3 days for the
Yes.
weekend.
Did you think there was anything unusual about that?
Well, to
After
me,
we knew they were missing, after Gabby was missing, when they came to our house on Saturday night a week ago and told us they were working a missing persons case.
And also, which struck me as I spoke to my wife about, is that the parents going on a trip, I can see that, but taking their 23-year-old son in a small camper that's on the back.
I know, like, let's just look at this camper real quick. Like, look how small this camper is. That's very tight quarters for you, your wife, and your son.
But taking their 23-year-old son in a small camper that's on the back of the truck struck us as odd.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Thank you both very much for.
So I'm curious, like, how many have already seen this interview so far? Like, for me, it's crazy just thinking of the fact that this wasn't searched a while ago, because he could. Let's just look. I'll show you this map real quick. Let me show you guys the map real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna. This is on Google Earth. So let me see here. We're gonna take this off real quick. So look how much right here is like the area that they went to. Bunch of little islands, different places for him to go from this point. So the more days that go by, the harder it's going to be to really pinpoint his location. I'm trying to see, like, you could definitely take a boat and go to many places. What's this over here? National Wildlife Refuge. Let me see if I can. Let's see if we can find the actual crazy, because campground people have been calling police and FBI. I know that it's just completely nuts to me that this isn't like one of the very first places that, like, I understand that you're going to look in the surrounding areas of where they live. All right. But that just seems too likely, For me, it's just like the second place I would have looked is definitely in this area. And it's been, what's today's date? Let's look. Oh, gosh, I don't even know what today's date is. I'm a mess. Today's the 28th. The 28th. He came back on the 1st. And, he's been allegedly missing since around like the 14th or something like that? The 14th of September. That's a lot of days. That's a lot of days. Crazy. All right, let's see if we can find. I'm going to look under their campground. And see if I can find the exact place where they were staying at. Let's see here. I'm going to share the screen with you guys so you guys can see it. Here it is. Okay. So this is the Pinellas County, Florida camping reservation thing. And I'm just going to see under here where exactly they were staying at. Okay. So they were staying at 001. So I'm assuming it's just one. So here is the camp office. It says to beaches and picnic areas approximately 1 mile to East Beach, 5 miles to North Beach. And then they have the water tower, campground exit, one way only, multi-purpose trail. Huh. So I wonder where that trail leads to. So we're going to have to look into that. So roughly, I guess this would be the location right here that they were staying at. So let's see if we can get a straight view. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. We're going to, oops, my bad. Let me see. So I guess maybe you guys couldn't see the PDF because I did not put it on that. So hold on, give me a second. I'll go ahead and share that with you guys. Sorry, I'm sharing the certain Chrome tabs. That way you're not seeing the entire screen and you guys can have a bigger picture on your screen. So give me 1 second. Where is it? Here we go. Here's the map. Okay, so sorry. Because I was talking, you guys couldn't see what I was looking at. So here's the camp office, the picnic areas, and the beach this way. Here's the multi-purpose trail right here. And then over here is where they would have been staying at. So it says that they were staying at 001. So as soon as you go into the entrance, you go over here and over here to the first camping site. And then I guess your ocean front view is right here. All right. Now I'm going to try and see on Google Maps if I can show you guys, if we can look and see exactly what it looks like at that campsite. Okay. Now I'm trying to find, let's see if we can find Fort Soda campground. All right, I want this one specifically. All right, we're gonna see it from the actual entrance in. Oh wow. I guess they're blocking that. Let's see. I mean, you could easily just get on a boat and kick rocks with open-toe sandals. That's for sure. Wow. I don't know, you guys. Let's see. Let's see if they have any images online here. It's hard to tell exactly, like, from Google Earth. Trying to compare images from Google Earth and the map that they have. So, I believe it would be somewhere like in this area here. Okay, so I believe that they would have been staying somewhere in this area. I might be wrong, but I'm trying to go according to the map that they have online and compare it to what I'm seeing on the images. So it looks like it would be somewhere in that area. Yeah, he could have definitely kicked rocks easily in this area. And there's so many places that he could have went. So if any of you guys live in this area, definitely post up his flyers. I will leave a link to the flyers that they have. If you guys, can print them out, put them in your area so that people can see, like even make up your own flyer. Maybe that's what I'll do. When I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to make a flyer and you guys can like print it out and it'll have like, if you guys live in the Florida area, it'll have like the dates of him possibly being in that campground area. Well, at least put from like September 1st until I would say the 14th. And that way they can give this information to the FBI, because the more people that know about this, or, even like the one witness, she was saying like she heard about this case, but it didn't even dawn of her that she was even in the area at that time. And she ended up being a really, big piece of the information she knew. She was the one who saw them arguing and fighting in the restaurant. And that was a really big deal, because if this ever goes to trial, she will be a key witness, to the behavior that she saw demonstrated. So that's, a really big deal. So even people that might be in that area, they might even know about this case. They might not even make the connection. So sometimes you just have to help people along. So if you guys live in the Florida area, if you live near Fort DeSoto, and, start putting up some flyers, let people know that he might be in that area. There's a good possibility. Or even if you live in the surrounding areas, like there's a lot. Let's see how far away this is from his house. Hold on, I don't know his address. Let me see. Let's see. Here it is. I'm going to go under. You know what? I'm going to go under Google Maps. This one. All right, we're going to put their address. I'm just curious to know how far away this is from their house, just to get a good idea. And I'll share it with you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this is where they live, and this is the campground area. So it's saying it's an hour and 16 minutes away. So they would go through Northport, South Venice, Sarasota, Brennantown, or Brennanton, across the bridge, and over here to Fort DeSoto. And then you have all of this area over here. Oh, this is near Clearwater. I have some friends that live out in Clearwater, so I'm going to definitely tell them to look out for this. But I mean, wow. And they're heading up north. So he could have definitely either A, got on a boat, B, went to an airport. You just never know. And or he could just be in these major areas like Clearwater, Tampa is right here. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that he's on a boat somewhere? Or do you think that maybe he did take like a plane up to New York, Vermont area and go up towards Canada? I think that once we can get more information and have the police really target that area to search for him, I believe that at that point we can get more witnesses to come forward. And once we get more witnesses to come forward, then we will be able to take the next steps. I think this is just the beginning of being able to pinpoint the direction that he was heading towards. So once, anybody, if you guys were on vacation, he's probably in Cuba by now. You never know. You never know. But you know what? Just like the dog said, maybe they're going to want that, reward money and find him. So if you guys are in Cuba, if you're in any of the islands that surround Florida, if you guys want that, that money, that reward money, it's there for you. Just turn him in. But yeah, I don't want to see this, I call him a punk, regardless if he's I'm not even talking about legally, if he's legally liable for it. I'm not getting into that mess because we all have our opinions. And we're pretty much on the same line, most likely. But from a moral perspective, it's just like, how messed up is it that the person that is supposed to love you, is supposed to be there for you, let's say, for example, he's innocent. Let's just say, for example, I know that's far-fetched at this point, but let's say he's completely innocent. It's possible. It's so messed up. You just dip. You just totally dip. There's no loyalty there. No love, no loyalty. But look at his family. Like, that's just how he was raised, apparently. And you see a vast difference between his upbringing and Gabby's upbringing. Gabby's family is together. Like, even at the funeral, you know, her biological father, her father, he's over here giving props to her stepfather. Like, oh, we're all family here. She has 4 parents. So you have 2 vast different families, one that's hiding and acting like, I'm going to protect my rights, and the other one who's really together. Like, Gabby had a really good family. Honestly, she had a really good family. You don't see too many families like that anymore. But yeah, I wanted to get on here and just go through that stuff with you guys. So basically, the dog is on it. But like she said today, like on that Twitter account, the news anchor lady, she said that nobody's in that area at this time. Nobody's doing any searches at this time. But hopefully, it's on its way. Hopefully, they're getting ready to make that happen, and they can really start putting a search together in that area. Because if he did leave in that area, he's most likely alive, right? If he left his car where they said he left it, went out into the swampy areas and everything, I highly doubt he's going to survive that for very long. But if he's in this area, he's surviving just fine. He's probably, like we said, we don't know if they have rental properties. We don't know if they put him up in an Airbnb around there, because I've never stayed at an Airbnb, but like, maybe the parents got him an Airbnb. So I don't know how it works, like if you have to show identification or anything like that. I don't know. I've never stayed at one, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too difficult. Or he could just be camping out somewhere, or on a boat, or take a plane. I mean, there's so many possibilities, but that's why it's so important to really get this out there, that they were at this campground, to let the public know, so that they have an awareness of the dates that they were there, and the location that they were there. And people, they were vacationing in that area, they can think back and say, oh, we were there, honey, during this time, during this date. And, I think we saw somebody that looked like him or looked like her, or whatever. We need those tips. Those tips are so crucial at this point, because it will really help us to go to the next step. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this live stream. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And until next time, stay blessed, you guys.